Hey, boys and girls, it's Ron Bass with another edition of the Ron Bass Show. It's your source for inspiration, encouragement, motivation, a lot of dry humor from Mr. Brent Atterbury, our executive producer.
Ron Bass.
Marketing
Big
guru.
cheese.
Big cheese over here.
Yeah.
I don't know where that phrase came from.
I don't know.
So, Brent and I have been talking about all kinds of crazy stuff, but we started visiting a while ago about my friend who's got some weight issues going on, and I, told him, I said, look, man, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're not going to sugarcoat it, but the reality is you can't carry yourself around with a lot of extra weight and expect to be healthy and fit. It's not going to happen. There might be some exceptions to that, okay, but pretty far down the list, I'm guessing. So, gee whiz, man, just whoever's out there that's got some weight issues, figure it out. I mean, you gotta get rid of the weight somehow. I'm not saying you should get on Ozempic or stuff like that, but whatever you got to do, man, you got to get your weight down because it's just nothing but a problem on the joints, on the heart, on the, the sugar and the diabetes and all that stuff, right? Okay, I'll shut up because somebody's probably going to be mad for me for saying that. By the way, I was listening to my podcast from last week, our podcast, and I said something like, he tucked his tail, or he didn't tuck it, he had his tail between his legs. No, I said he was wagging his tail. But what I should have said was he had his tail tucked between his legs, suggesting that he was, like coming in feeling defeated. That was the point I was trying to make. So I said it wrong. Wagging his tail. When you're wagging your tail, that would mean that you're excited and happy and everything's going great. Wanted to get that out of the way.
I'm blown away that he actually had a tail.
Oh, that's a good point too. Didn't we used to have tails like humans? Don't they think so?
I don't think so.
No, I think so. I think they think that we used to have tails because
No.
we have a tailbone. So,
Well, but that's just a name for a bone on close to your butt.
so what's the argument? The one side of the fence says that we're evolved from chimpanzees, and the other side of the fence says no, we've always been who we are, right? So it's a big argument going on all the time.
Big argument. and
Everybody wants to argue. What's the deal? I don't understand. Everybody wants to
Everybody
fight.
has an
Everybody wants to
opinion.
fight.
everybody has an opinion.
Everybody has an opinion. It's like noses. Everybody's got an opinion.
That's right.
Okay, so I got a cool story to tell. This is really
Awesome.
fun. Yeah,
I love stories.
Yeah, I know you do. So this is really a fun story. I like this. So the other night I get a phone call from a young lady. She's stuck in the middle of a parking lot in not particularly a good neighborhood. This is because of my home my automotive repair business. We have a mobile automotive repair company. So people call us, they're broke down, we go up to them, we fix it. Just like we fix things in the home. Mobile services, right? So she says, I've been over here for like a day or a day and a half, and I said, are you staying in the car? She said, yeah, I don't want to leave the car. And I said,
How long has she been there?
Like a day and a half in a parking lot.
Sitting in the car a day.
Yeah, and trying to figure out what to do, and trying to come up with a solution. And make a long story short, I said, well, let me get somebody over there. And she says, well, I'm really short on cash. I don't know what to do. I said, look, if you can buy the part, I'll hold the check or the credit card. If you give me a credit card number, I'll hold that for a few days until you can come up with the funds to cover it. And she's a Lyft driver, so she works a lot, and I could kind of tell by her voice that she was probably pretty, okay. Make a real long story short, it took quite a while. We couldn't find the part. Finally found the part. She paid for the part, got a deal on it, fortunately, because she didn't have a whole lot of money. And my technician had it worked on it and got it going for her. Well, he had it towed over to our office, which is kind of unusual, but okay, because we've got a pretty big parking lot. And I guess Lyft actually did it for her because I don't know how that all works, but they help each other. So when he showed up with the car, met the tow truck, she knocked on my door and she said, can I come in? And I said, sure. And she was trying to explain to me about what had happened. I don't think she realized that I was the owner. And she just started visiting and talking, and she's so sweet. And finally, I guess she figured it out that, that I was the owner and I was the one that took the call originally and took the dispatch. So that opened up a whole new conversation, and we started visiting and visiting. It turns out she's from Romania. She's 36. She came here when she was 9. And she lived like, that was right before the revolution in Romania. She was born, I think, 1988, I think, somewhere along there. That's when they took out the leader and formed a democracy, right? So she's had kind of a rough life growing up in Romania, and they moved to Germany. Then they came to the States when she was 9. Make a real long story short, try to make a story short. Cut to the chase, Ron. Okay, I'll cut to the chase. She was a very successful, in high school, tennis player. This is where it gets really interesting. And she was telling me the story about how she was like at the end of the season, and she was like winning, like, you know, winning. She was like really an exceptional success story according to everything she was telling me. Now, I haven't gone back to verify all this, but I'll let her, you know, I'll give her that maybe she's being honest, I think. And so at the end of the season, her coach, instead of letting her play as a single, hooked her up on a double with somebody who was a real dud. And they lost the match. And it just devastated her because she felt like she was going to go on to become a professional tennis player. And she said, "Coach, why did you do that to me?" And the coach was trying to explain this and that and whatever. Well, I'm saying all this to make a point that she never got over that. And here she is, 13 years old probably? Now she's 36 years old. And she's telling me this story. And she's basically in tears almost. And I said, you know, you can't give up on the dream, right? I mean, you got to stay the course somehow. And she says, well, you know, I've gone back into some local tennis clubs and over the years, and I've became a member and this and that. But she said it takes so much money to get on the pro circuit, even if you're accepted. It's very, very difficult. And so we just had this great conversation about, and here's the other problem. You're not going to believe this. I couldn't believe it. She, by appearance, you could tell she was overweight, back to weight, right? I said, not to be rude, but I said, you know, you can't play tennis and be successful probably without being in really good shape, right? And she says, yeah, look, I gained a lot of weight in the last 5 years. She didn't tell me why, but I was going to guess why, and sure enough, I was right. It was a bad relationship. She finally told me that. So she was eating a lot for stress and all that. She said, you're not going to believe this. She said, I normally only weigh 115, 118 pounds, and she's probably 180 pounds right now. She said, let me show you a picture. I mean, I was floored. This girl was like something you would see in Vogue magazine. I mean, it was, and I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I could tell she was attractive, but you know, it's just crazy to me. So I said, look, man, you got to get back to basics. You got to get into the gym. You got to get the weight off. You want to play tennis, and you really are into that trip. And I said, 36, I don't know if you can even do that. She said, oh, I can do it. And she just started going on and about her ambition and how she wanted to get back into the game and how she could do it. And I said, look, I'll help you any way I can. I'm not sure about that kind of money that it's going to take to do all you want to do, but I will definitely be involved in some capacity because I love success stories. I love people that have goals and that are success driven and that want to overcome all the adversities that are preventing them from winning and getting to the goal. And you're my candidate. I mean, you're my cup of tea. And she just was almost like in tears. And we had this great conversation. Went on for like 2 or 3 hours. But anyway, I'll keep you posted, and we'll see if she's really serious about it. She says she's going to get back in the gym. She says she can lose the weight in 60 days. I said, I don't see how you can do that. And she said, oh, I can do it. She says, I know my body. And blah, 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 blah. And she just went on and on and on. I haven't seen somebody that ambitious and that determined in a long time. I was really, really excited about talking to this girl. So I'll keep you posted about that down the line if it turns out the way I hope it turns out for her benefit, right? Okay.
You know, and the good news is if she gets in there and she competes and she gets far down the road, there's other things that can come about from that. She could get into coaching, she could get into teaching, she could get into the administrative side or the marketing side of professional tennis.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of areas she could go.
She was telling me.
understanding
She
the
was
game.
telling me that she had almost a perfect record of 6-0, like all through her career. Like she
Yeah.
said, nobody could beat her. And I'm thinking to myself, I hope she's telling me the truth because it's a great story. It reminded me of my friend Ron Norris, who was the professional ball player. I think I mentioned this in one of the podcasts. He's from Springfield, Missouri. He played for the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
And he had like this remarkable pitching record. And he was drafted as senior in high school by the Baltimore Orioles when he was like, 16, 17? That's back in 1969, I think. By the way, I looked it up. He got a $50,000 recruiting bonus. I think I mentioned this. I looked it up last night. In today's money, that's $450,000.
Wow.
That was his sign-up bonus. That's wild, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. But that's what listening to her, I kept thinking about him. Which, by the way, he's not been in the gym for the last couple of months. I hope he's okay, but I don't know.
Is the car running? Is the car working
Yes.
properly?
Yeah. And
Okay,
so
good.
she was basically in tears when my technician came in at the end of this conversation. He said, "It's running," and she was just so elated. She was so happy. She sent me a beautiful thank you, text message the next morning, and because I did a follow up.
Yeah.
Hey, I always follow up every day. Hey, is the car working okay? Yes, and I'm so happy that we met and this and that. And anyway, it was a very delightful
Yeah.
experience. Just
Yeah.
wanted to share that with everybody for
Yeah.
several different reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking to Brent earlier today about time's running out. So when you look, if you have a big goal or any goal, and you're not feeling like you're going to get there, you just have to really just chill out a minute. Like today, I reset my goals. I always tell everybody at the back of my business card, I write 2 goals: a personal goal and a financial goal. And I did not reach it by January the 1st. Tomorrow's January 1st, 2025. So I had to reset it for January 1st, 2026. And that's how I do it. If I don't reach those goals, I reset the goals for one more year.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in my billfold. Every time I touch my billfold, I recite the goal. You become what you think about. Guys, it's got to happen. Maybe not in that time frame, but I can tell you I'm a lot closer now than I was a year ago. Even though I haven't hit the goal, I've made a lot of progress. So it's okay. I mean, you don't have to hit the goal as long as if you're making progress. That's still great. So don't beat yourself up. Is what I'm trying to say, right? Sometimes we feel like, and particularly in my case, I feel like my success should be a lot greater than what I've accomplished because I feel like that's way below my potential. Now, that's because I have a lot of self-confidence. That's based on a lot of reasons, right? Accomplishments. It's based on just feeling good about yourself and understanding who you are, your work ethic, et cetera, et cetera. So if you feel like you're underperforming, it's okay. I get it. I'm there a lot. I feel like my potential is up here and my success is like here. But that's a good thing because you're always setting your sights high to accomplish, okay? The other problem is about having a lot of patience for these goals is that when you're old, your time's going to run out. So you're limited. Like at 71 years old, the average lifespan for me is only going to be at 17 more years. That's if I'm lucky. So that's not very much time when you start really putting it into context. And I'm not being negative, I'm just analyzing. What I'm trying to suggest is that you have to recognize that time's going to run out and you better get it together, man, if you want to hit these goals. I'm not saying you got to go crazy, but you need to make every day an important day. Every day you should focus on efficiency to get closer to those goals, or let alone to accomplish them. So I just want to throw that out there because sometimes I'm driving down the road and I have these thoughts and I like to just write these notes down real quick and share them with you. Looks like you were going to say something.
No, I just thought of something, and I know this, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but instead of waiting for life to happen, make life happen.
Good point.
Don't just, I see so many people just letting happen whatever happens, thinking something's just going to fall in their lap, and you got to make it happen.
You got to make it happen.
You do.
And you're one of those guys. You made it happen.
Great. What did I make happen?
You've done a lot of great things. You're doing a lot of great things already. People have no idea all the accomplishments that you've got. But I can brag on you. Okay, next subject. If I can read my writing. We're talking about cigarettes and vaping and smoking marijuana, which I talk to my students about all the time, right? Because they're always smoking pot. They're always vaping. It's like, come on, man. Now they've got a new study out. There's a lot of studies out, but this is like, they just concluded this study. Every time you smoke a cigarette, smoke a joint, or or vape for like a minute, they say it takes 20 minutes off your life. Think about that. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Then I looked this up. Well, if you quit smoking like I did 40 years ago, is that still the case, or does that get better? Does the 20 minutes go down to 5 minutes or 1 minute, or does it erase itself? And the answer was something along the lines, for the most part, it erases the damage. But I'm not convinced of that. I think once you've made the mistake, you've got to pay for it. And I hate to say that, but that's reality.
I
So
think
that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're smoking, you better quit. If you're vaping, you better quit. If you're smoking pot, just do it once in a while, man. Don't do it like every day. If you're drinking, do it once in a while. Don't do it every day. You have to think about this, guys.
Everything in moderation.
And I read an article about the alcoholism problem, and they say they're pretty sure there's a defect in the gene, and the gene, whoever has that gene probably is prone to be an alcoholic. It's just kind of the way that's going to work, and you're just predisposed to be that way, and it's unfortunate, but that's even worse if you've got the bad gene, because then you start drinking and you'll never be right. You'll always be struggling with addiction. I hate to say it, but it's just the way it is, man. So that's why you got to go to the gym every day. That's why you got to be around really good people that can encourage you and motivate you and mentor you, right? That's why you got to get a good night's rest. That's why you got to eat right. That's why you got to be a goal setter. It's not that complicated, guys. Success really, it's not that hard. You just got to follow the rules. Okay. Instead of talking about New Year's resolutions, we'll just call them goals. Somebody I know came up with this idea last week and encouraged me to talk about this. So New Year's resolutions, right? Tonight's New Year's Eve in the United States, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So set some goals, set a financial goal, set a personal goal. Well, Ron, what's a personal goal? I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to start going to the gym every day. I want to quit vaping and smoking. I want to be a better person. Something, right? Financial goal should be something maybe, hey, I need to get a raise. Hey, I need to start my own business. Hey, I need to quit wasting so much money. It's not how much you make always, it's how well you manage. I'm a bad manager of money. I've always been kind of a bad manager. My mother, may her soul rest in peace, she was wonderful. I don't know why I didn't get that from her. But the older I get, the harder I'm trying to get better at that, and I am making progress. Progress. Think about progress. Don't worry so much about if you hit the goal. Just make progress, and then eventually you'll hit that goal, and you set a new goal.
So why, I looked this up before we came together today.
Okay.
And I know, again, there's all kinds of statistics and surveys out there, but the most common one that everybody can agree upon, that the majority of people that say, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to start working out, they start their membership in January. I mean, the memberships are way up.
Yes.
In first quarter of every year. And then it said 50% of those people quit and drop out within the first 6 months.
6 months. Wow.
Why?
Are you asking me, or are you just
Yes.
you're going to tell me why?
No, I'm asking you because you have all the answers.
I have all the answers.
And you like to talk.
I like to talk.
So
Here's the reason why. They feel like the reward doesn't equal the effort, so they give up.
So
They don't want to. It's too hard.
So they didn't manage their expectations from the beginning.
I think life gets in the way. I think when you have to physically work hard, it's not an easy thing. And I think people look for reasons not to do that. If you can find comfort, I think people are more likely to move in that direction than they are hard work. And so it just shows you, I hate to say it,
It's the easy
how
way out.
many weak-minded people there are. It's weak-mindedness.
That's part
It's
of it.
weak-mindedness. You have to. Most people just are not motivated. Just generally, people. I think we're probably we have too much comfort in particularly in the United States. A lot of our listeners are in Europe, and they don't have it so good, and particularly in some of these countries that are listening to us. You know, like the Russians, they were always great athletes because they didn't have anything. They like the kettlebells that I swing every day. That's all they had, and they became great athletes because they didn't have anything else to do except work out and look forward to competitions and just survival. Right? We've got it too easy. That's a problem. You can't have this entitlement attitude like the government should take care of everybody. Somebody should take care of yourself. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and figure it out. But you have to have people around you that you can count on. You have to have at least a few people that you can sink your teeth into. That's an old saying, like a vampire, sink your teeth into. It's important. How are we doing on time? Golly, it's been going quite a while.
We're flying.
We're flying. Speaking of flying, did you hear about all these plane accidents? Terrible.
Yes, terrible.
Did you know this Korean airline that just crashed? It was crazy. The landing gear failed, skidded down the runway, hit a brick wall, hit a wall. Why was there a wall there? I'm wondering. We're investigating all that. It's something just doesn't, I don't know. But 2 people survived, 2 the flight attendants. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They interviewed them in the hospital. They don't have any idea what happened. They don't remember anything.
Wow.
Which is interesting. Usually when you have like a wreck or something like that or a bad experience, you lose your memory.
Yeah,
I lose my memory all the time. I haven't been in a bad wreck.
No.
I'm just acting silly. But anyway, so much for all that. Breaking news.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a life-changing product that just hit the market, and I'm sure everyone's going to be excited to hear about this.
Let's hear it.
It's a product, and the headline reads: "Perfect $75 diaper allows adults that are concert goers to pee themselves in a mosh pit."
Oh my gosh.
It's an innovative new solution.
Crazy.
So if you like to go to mosh pits and you don't have time to go to the bathroom, they make this adult diaper, and and it's called.
That's crazy, man. What's it called?
It's called the pit diaper.
The pit diaper? Oh my God, that's crazy, man.
So anyway, you never know. You
never know.
You might get one just for backup.
Speaking
road
speaking
trips.
of diapers, I read that in Times Square, 1 million people are going to be showing up tonight, and they won't let them use the bathroom. So I think a lot of people are wearing diapers.
Yeah.
How about that?
I wonder if any of them have this pit diaper.
I wonder.
Today is also the first thing that pops up on, what is the national celebration? It's Champagne Day, obviously, because it's
Champagne Day.
because it's New Year's Eve. However, I saw something here that I thought was kind of funny, and then something that was amazing. It's also Make Up Your Mind Day and No Interruptions Day. I don't know why that's there. But the most important one that is the most exciting, you know how everything is better with bacon?
Yeah.
Today is National Bacon Day.
Oh, we like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just a quick comment about decision making or making up your mind. The hardest thing, I've studied years ago, the hardest thing for people to do is to make a decision. But once you make the decision, it's like the weight of the world is off your shoulders. Have you ever noticed going to the restaurant, you've got the menu and your friend's got the menu and you're trying to decide what to buy, and all of a sudden your friend will say, "I'll take this," and you, "Oh yeah, I'll take that too." Because we don't really want to make decisions. I don't know what it is, it's just too hard on the brain. Thought I'd throw that out there.
Okay.
It's just some psychology that I picked up along the way.
Yeah.
If you think about really everything about life psychology, it's all about why we do what we do when we do it. What you got?
One more thing.
Okay, cool.
Today is also National Resolution Planning Day.
I like it.
Make the new year a success. Start planning your resolutions. Take charge of your life with National Resolution Planning Day.
Yay. Drop Donald Trump. He always makes the fist.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Kokomo, Indiana. Do you know what I did today? No, yesterday. I bought a map. I had Amazon, bought it from Amazon. It was like $10. I put it up on my wall because when I moved from my old location to this location last spring, I didn't take the map with me. There's something about a map.
Now you get lost.
No, it's a roadmap to success because, as you know, we have multiple locations in our home repair business, and when you see the map, it just gives you such a sense of encouragement and a sense of ambition because you look at it and you go, man, there's a lot I can still accomplish if I just put my mind to it. Right? So sometimes, guys, visual is very important. You have to have a visual. It's like put something up on the wall. Refrigerator, we used to do that a lot when I was coming up with the ranks. Take a magnet and put your goals on the refrigerator. You'd be amazed at how effective that is. So, other than that, get a map, put it up on the wall, and think about. I put little pins in it, and that way, when I have a location, I can stick a pin, and I can look at that. And it also helps me with marketing because I think, okay, who's doing what? Is this guy okay? Is this guy not okay? Should I take him down? Should I add a new one? Where do I? It's a roadmap. You need a roadmap to get through life.
Roadmap to success.
To success. Wow. Okay. Well, anything else?
No.
I think it's time.
They said the pit diapers are sold out, but I think they're getting more back in stock.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Well, guys, I guess that's about all we got for today. We bored you enough, right? Happy New Year's.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Appreciate everybody listening, paying attention to us, sending us comments, and enjoy responding to the comments. And thanks you for sharing our podcast and telling other people to listen to our podcast. And it's very refreshing to know that some people out there, take us to heart and that really enjoy listening to what we have to say. Even if you only spend 2 or 3 minutes listening to some of our podcasts, that's cool. You don't have to listen to all of it. Or maybe you set it down and listen to some more later and back and forth. Now, we're also on Spotify if you don't want to see the YouTube channel. You can just go to Spotify and type in Soar High Personal Development. Yeah. And it'll pop up all the videos or all the sessions. Or, of course, we're on YouTube as well.
I think those are Spotify's audio, not video.
Spotify's audio.
Yep.
And YouTube, of course, is video. So if you want to see our ugly faces, go to video. If you want to hear our beautiful voices, listen to us on Spotify. I'm being silly. All right, guys. Well, look, if you don't give up, just remember, eventually those stars are going to line up. Be patient. Don't worry about winning or losing so much. Don't worry about hitting the goal if you do or you don't. Just stay on the track. Follow the formula. Follow the rules to get to the goal. And you'll kind of figure it out as you go along. You're going to be up and down and up and down and up. Look, every day is going to be a problem. Every day you're going to have problems. Some days are going to be better than others, but you're going to always be challenged. I had a discussion last night with one of my students. It's like, look, man, it ain't never going to be perfect. My day is always up and down. There's always things going on that are delightful and things that are like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. But you have to chill out, get your head right, get your mind right, get your attitude right, and get back to center. Keep moving. And eventually the day is going to end. You're going to take a hot shower, get something to eat, have a nice, restful, peaceful night of rest. When you get up in the morning, man, you can go again and go hard. Eventually, as the day wears on, you're going to get wore out. It's going to wear you down. But that's okay. That means you've accomplished something. That means you've been on that track trying to get to where you want to get to. So be nice to yourself. Dang it. Pat yourself on the back. And feel good about yourself, even when things aren't going well. Don't beat yourself up. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. Okay. Until next time, just remember, stay positive.